Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's training session on how to grow, build, and scale a KDP business properly. Now, we put out a training video each and every week, and at the end of the week, we do have a live call. So, if you are not familiar with that, you just got started with BookBolt, or you haven't made it to one of the live calls yet, make sure that when you come inside of BookBolt, you click on the live calls button, and that is where you can either join or watch live calls to get questions answered that we've done in the past. Now, in this training video, we're going to go over how to find an open niche, so brand new markets that you may have never even thought of by looking at your competition. So if you've never sat down and done your research, which if you've been watching these videos, you should have, this is another technique that I find incredibly helpful in order to find those low competition niches that maybe competition for your other books has gone into. You might not be aware of them, and they might be something that you can make either a lot of money with or kind of add to your evergreen catalog that will sell year in and year out. So let's go ahead, log in to BookBolt here, and we'll go over how this works. Now, the first thing I want you guys to do is head over to the cloud search. I know you're familiar with this. This basically is a replication of the KDP database, and it's going to show you the best selling books in different categories. Now, I was going through here a little bit earlier, and I found something that I think makes a lot of sense to demonstrate exactly how this process works. Remember, we're going to find wide open niche markets by looking at our competition, and I'll show you how that works. So let's go ahead and click on search here. You're all familiar with this page. We've changed nothing. We're in the notebook category, and these books usually stay near the top. They have so many reviews. They do very, very well. But to illustrate this point, I was coming down here a little bit earlier, and I came across a book that looks like this. Okay, so very simple. It says Chinese writing practice book. Okay, you've probably seen that. I saw the same seller show up again. Okay, so I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I am not Japanese. I probably end up butchering it. But look at this, 820 reviews, price very middle of the road. If we check out how they're doing, you can see that it's selling consistently year round. This is going all the way back to September of last year. So it looks really, really good. So let's go ahead and open up this book. Now, when I'm taking a look at this, I'm looking for other aspects of something I can jump into or create a new cover or create a new interior. I'm not necessarily thinking to myself, well, maybe I should do a large Japanese notebook. But let's take a look at this book. Very simple cover. This is the interior. Okay, so very simple, but they have garnered a lot of reviews. Now, if we click on their brand here, or just hover over it rather, you'll see that they've actually set up an author page. So let's take a look at that. Now, right here, you see some of their best sellers. You'll see some author updates, and you'll see all formats and paperback. And look at this, guys. So these are all books by the same seller, and they all are just packed full of reviews. So normally, you could go through here and click on each and every one of these. There's 18 pages, so good luck with that. In order to figure out which ones are selling, which niches are out there maybe you've never thought of. Here's a chess scorebook. Or you guys can use a tool that we have built into BookBolt. So I'm going to go ahead and do that instead. I'm going to copy their seller's name. Let's head back into BookBolt, exit out of this, and we're going to go to the seller search. Now, the seller search right here, super, super useful for digging up these wide open niche markets because it allows you to put a seller name in, click on search, and what's going to happen is not going to pull back every single book because that would be a waste of time. Otherwise, you could just do that on Amazon. It's going to bring back the books that are actively selling so that we can analyze the data. So let's go ahead, put that in there. Red Tiger Press. We'll click on search. Give it a few seconds here. Now, it's going to pull back some more results in the background, but I'm going to click stop just so we can look at this realistically. You'll see the keyword here, and the keyword is the seller's name. It's brought back 93 results. So out of that 18 pages, it has about 93 books that are actively selling. All right, you see lowest price, highest price, and average price is perfectly right in the middle of what we would expect for a low content book. Now you'll see right here the average BSR is quite high. That's because we're looking at a seller's catalog and not individual niche products. Okay, because if you come through here, you'll see, hey, the first best-selling book they have sorted by sales rank is under 20,000, so they're selling, over 300 copies of this one. They're selling over 300 copies of this one. They're selling over 300 copies of this one. This seller is crushing it. So what you can do here is you can take a look at the keyword counts. These are going to be the most used keywords in their brand. However, if the brand is kind of all over the board, so you have Chinese writing, Japanese writing, and then you get into bill planners, checking accounts, this might not be that useful for you. However, we also do include some related keywords. So if the brand is really popular, that's going to be searched for automatically itself. But what I like to do is I like to come in here. Remember, we're looking for wide open markets. Okay, so going into this market right here, you're going to be competing against this book. It has 820 reviews. It's priced fairly reasonably. It's crushing it. Might not be the best niche to go into. However, if you scroll down here and just take a look at what's selling, okay, so checking account, isometric notebook, graph paper, notice how they're using pretty much all the same boring covers. Keep that in mind. Accounting ledger, coin inventory, archery score sheets, inventory log, accounting ledger, Korean notebook, okay, so they're taking the same concept and they're branching it out. But what I came down to is this one right here, okay? Ballet Workout and Nutrition Journal. Okay, it has one review. It's priced a little higher than the rest. The sales rank is under 1 million, so it's selling about one, okay? That's not one forever, that's about one a week. Now keep in mind, this is not going to turn one design or book into $10,000 a month, but what it is going to do is it's going to add to your evergreen catalog, right? You build up that evergreen catalog, aka the foundation for your KDP business, and you're going to be making sales each and every day. Now, the whole point here is to find open niche markets that don't have a lot of competition, right? Check this out. So the first thing I did is I opened this book, which if you're sitting right here and you're going through this, you don't see this book on the first page. Okay, so it would require you to do some digging. Right here, we see that it was published a couple years ago. It has one rating, okay, $7.99, 120 pages. We can do this look inside thing. Very simple, I think, kind of boring cover, but you guys can make up your mind. Okay, so it has a front page, and here's the interior. Pretty simple, right? So you might be thinking to yourself, yeah, that's great. How is this a wide open market? So the next thing I did is I just went over to Amazon. Let's go back to the home page here. And I'm going to type in Ballet Workout Journal. Okay, Ballet Workout Journal. Click on search. Look at that. Under 1,000 results. Now, if you guys have watched some of the videos that I've done in the past, you want to make sure you actually look at the results. Right here, this is a sponsored product, but it's a wellness planner. Is it related to ballet? Not really. Here's a gymnastics one. Is gymnastics ballet? Not exactly. It is sponsored. Ballet helps everything. This is not a low-content book. It is sponsored. So here you go. You have that one book that is ranking, that is selling. And coming down here, the first thing I noticed was all of a sudden, Male Ballet Workout Nutrition Journal. So let's open that up. Take a look at this. Published the same day. Okay, 2 ratings. We'll go down. It looks like they haven't actually written anything. This one is not selling nearly as well, but notice it has 2 ratings. It has sold. So we can go back to Amazon here, okay, and just put in male at the front, and you have even less results. Okay, so this seller has done their research and realized, hey, I can add in different variations of this ballet book because, yes, they do sell. Yes, there is demand, but I'm not going to be competing with 100,000 other sellers like you would with other books. So you can go through here and take a look and notice that, yes, these are selling. There are other books out there for this particular category. Now, if we go back and we take a look at just the wider niche, if you will, Ballet Workout Journal, you can come down here and notice that Some of these people use the exact same silhouette. Wouldn't recommend doing that, but you can come down here and see that there are ballet books, okay? However, if you just typed in ballet workout journal, let's just type in ballet journal. You're probably going to get more results, and you do. And notice how these are a little bit different. But notice, the thing that I noticed when I was looking at these is that all of these are selling. They all have reviews. They're all priced pretty competitively. Okay, here's just a very Joy Tree journals, $5.99, 225 reviews. But just doing that one little piece of finding a seller in the cloud, okay, putting that seller into the seller search here, and then analyzing the different niches that they're in, I came across that one. Okay, so that would be an excellent opportunity. Come up with a brand new unique cover that sticks out. Okay, we found this one. We realized that this seller has already done their research, so we're just piggybacking on that research. They're going into male ballet too. Okay, so there you go. There's 2 unique books you can put out based on your research. And you can do this for all of these sellers who are heavy hitters. And again, this person, people, woman, man, I'm not sure. They are a heavy hitter. They are making thousands and thousands of sales per month because they have a catalog of good, high quality books. So that's going to be all for this training. I highly recommend that you guys come in here and do this. I started with the cloud. You can start on Amazon itself just by searching different results and putting the seller name in here. And remember, it's not going to pull back all the results. It's going to pull back the ones that are selling, because that is what is going to be relevant to your success. You don't want to go into a niche where someone didn't do their research and is making no sales. You want to go into a niche where someone did their research, is actively selling, and you're not competing against 10,000 other people. That is going to be the recipe for success. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions at all about this process or KDP in general, make sure to write them down and join our weekly calls right here. We host these each and every week, typically around a Thursday, but that could change, so don't quote me on that, but they will be right here, and we will send emails out. I do also highly recommend that you go through these other videos we've done. Lots of good content in there that should get you guys going in the right direction. So thanks again for staying till the end, and I'll catch you in next week's training video. Thanks.